Hi everybody. So how to siphon a VF SS Commodore? I think it's applicable to a VE. I can't find too much information on it on YouTube. I know you're not supposed to siphon the car. You're supposed to drain it all out, and running the car on diesel will cause injector issues and catalytic converter issues. So this is my friend's car, and his wife's put in diesel. We called numerous mobile mechanics to assist us. We determined it's diesel, the car stopped running. We could use unclamp the fuel hose, crank the car, and looking at the fuel and smelling the fuel. It's a lot deeper color, it's a lot heavier. We determined is diesel. Because the way that the fuel tanks are made, it's wraps around the drive shaft and above the rear axle. To remove the tank, it doesn't have a siphon or drain anywhere in the tank, which is a problem. So what we needed to do is what the mechanics have told us, and the various dealerships said that in order to remove the fuel or the fuel pump tank, you have to drop the rear axle and drop the tank. It's a lot of work. It needs a whole day. It needs a to get onto the lift, and it's estimated to cost around $2,000. So if you don't want to spend $2,000, he didn't want to spend $2,000, so we had to find a solution. This is a solution. What we did was first to remove the rear wheel on the filler cap side, remove a few clips for the fender, and then reach in to the hose that runs from the tank to the filler cap, and there are two hose clamp, and the lower one managed to undo that and pull the hose off. Then I proceeded sleeving a pipe through in there. Obviously 10mm didn't work because there was some one-way valve or something like that in there, so to try the 5mm one, and 5mm ID that was, and that went in no problem, and started siphoning the fuel out. If to speed up the process, we use a little drill pump, but any other pump is suffice. Obviously that will siphon only the left side, the filler cap side of the portion of the fuel tank. Fortunately that she didn't fill the car up when it was fully empty. I think it was quarter, so we assume that there's quarter of gasoline in there. If we can remove 50% of it, then and put gasoline in it, then the minimum would be 75 gasoline, 25% diesel. To drain the diesel from the fuel lines, we unclip the hose and then crank the engine, and that spat out. We attach the hose to it, and that so you don't want to get diesel everywhere. Fill it up in the jerry can, pump it along until we can see that the gasoline's coming through. Secondly, we put the clamp back on, fuel clamp back on, turn the car over a few times, and then press the nozzle, the fuel nozzle, to clean the fuel rail off further diesel. And once we did that, the car managed to crank over and start. So over time we drove it for until the tank was half, and then we topped it up with more gasoline, and over the process of 2 half fills we decided to run the engine, the tank, to its empty, and then pour full tank of gasoline in there, and I use some fuel injector cleaners to try to get rid of build up, and it's running great. Obviously this is not professionally recommended, but if you didn't want to spend $2,000, and this is a solution to get the car going. Thank you for watching. Hope this helps.